Everybody, my name is Chiedza.
Okay, you guys said it. See? You were judging me. You were judging me. All of you were.
I came from Zimbabwe with my son at the age of 21 in hopes of living out my dreams. Since a young girl, I wanted to work in the industry as a filmmaker and a writer. Life in the United States wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Soon I found myself searching for my path, my purpose. I had originally moved to San Francisco and then eventually made my way down to Los Angeles to follow my dreams. After living there for quite some time, I found myself struggling with personal dreams and my son's happiness to be in a more family-friendly environment. So in a leap of faith, we moved to Orange County about a year and a half ago. Knowing that my decision was based on my son's desire to be in a family-oriented community, I started looking for churches that we could attend. I'd been raised in a Christian home and wanted to continue my path with God with the support of a church system. I visited several churches, which I won't name, and I would walk into them, hear a nice message, but I never felt connected to the people. It was almost disinviting. And then I met Anne Lator. After lunch, she invited me to church with her. I'd heard about Rick Warren, but thought the church was too far away from me. She explained Saddleback had several campuses, satellite churches, and some other stuff. It was very confusing, but I was just excited to go to church with her. I will never forget the first day I walked in. Several people came up to say hello, like Joe, and how are you? Where are you from? I felt so welcomed, valued, and wanted. You have no idea how much a smile can mean to somebody, especially when you're from another country. There was the personal touch that made me want to come back, and so I kept coming back. I had found a church that I looked forward to attending to, but most importantly, one that felt like home. One night, I decided to attend a night of worship with Anne in the new building. Anne is always bugging me, so. I admired Pastor Moses' faith and vision of the new location. We walked into the building and we sat in front. At first it felt awkward. Then Pastor Moses started speaking about worshiping and surrendering ourselves to God. In that moment, I completely surrendered my heart to God. I reconnected a lost wire, a lost string that hadn't been in my heart for a very long time. For the first time, I had felt like a part of a bigger purpose. It was something about the music, the worship team, the singing, hands raised out to God. And I just said, God, I want this. I want you to take my personal plans, dreams, and agenda, and I want to live by your plan. I fell in love with God that night. And then Anne invited me to attend Class 101. I had been excited to get involved and I wanted to start serving. It was a keychain that our church pastor had passed out that said, "Use me," that inspired me to say those words to God. It was that night that I decided to be baptized again, and I had a lot of reasons not to do it. My hair, my makeup, my clothes. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have any excuses. They offered me clothes and a hair blow dryer. So I took another leap of faith, this time in really warm water, surrounded by my church family, and dedicated my life to God that night in baptism. I feel like I've tried to use my talents in every other place except God's house. And I'm excited about being used by God. So thank you, Saddleback. I don't know the name of the church. But thank you guys for making me feel loved and valued and wanted, and for being a church that's inspired me to connect with God. My life has been changed forever.